Charity Kaluki Ngilu is a trailblazing Kenyan politician, entrepreneur, and reform advocate whose career spans more than 3 decades in national leadership. As one of the first women to rise to national prominence in Kenya's political scene, Ngilu has built a legacy defined by persistence, gender advocacy, and a strong commitment to devolved development. From running groundbreaking presidential campaigns to governing Makueni County, she remains a powerful voice in Kenya's political and social transformation. Charity Ngilu was born on January 28, 1952 in Mbooni, Makueni County, in eastern Kenya. Raised in a humble rural community, she witnessed the challenges women and young girls faced in accessing education and economic opportunity. These early experiences shaped her lifelong dedication to empowerment, social justice, and community-led development. Ngilu attended local primary schools before advancing to Machakos Girls High School, where she developed leadership skills that later defined her public life. After completing high school, she pursued professional training in clerical and secretarial studies, which opened doors to her early career in the private sector. Before stepping into national politics, Ngilu worked in administrative roles and later transitioned into business, establishing herself as an entrepreneur. She founded Jigo Kenya and engaged in various ventures, including commercial enterprises and community development projects in Kitui and wider Ukambani. Her growing influence in the business sphere introduced her to civic leadership and grassroots mobilization. By the late 1980s, she had become a respected voice in social advocacy, particularly in women's empowerment. This activism laid the foundation for her entry into national politics during the era of Kenya's multi-party transition. Ngilu made her first major political breakthrough in 1992 during Kenya's second multi-party elections. She contested and won the Kitui Central parliamentary seat, becoming one of the few women elected to parliament at a time when female political representation was extremely limited. Her election marked the beginning of a political career defined by courage, progressive leadership, and willingness to challenge established power structures. Ngilu quickly gained national recognition for her passionate debates in parliament, advocacy for women's rights, and bold criticism of governance failures. One of Ngilu's most iconic milestones came in 1997, when she became the first woman in Kenyan history to run for president under the Social Democratic Party, SDP. Her candidacy broke cultural and political barriers, inspiring women across the country and establishing her as a pioneer of gender equality in governance. Although she did not win, the campaign redefined the narrative of women's participation in politics and helped strengthen Kenya's democracy. Her slogan, Masa ya Ngilu, Ngilu's time, became a rallying call for change and remains one of the most memorable political movements led by a woman in East Africa. With the defeat of KANU in 2002 and the historic rise of President Mwai Kibaki under the National Rainbow Coalition, NARC, Ngilu was appointed Minister of Health, making her one of the most powerful women in the new government. Key achievements in her ministerial career include strengthened public health policies and service delivery, expanded HIV/AIDS programs and awareness campaigns, championed reforms in hospital management and universal access discussions. Her tenure saw significant restructuring in the health sector, though it also faced political turbulence and factional government politics. During the Grand Coalition government, Ngilu shifted to water and irrigation, where she influenced major infrastructure projects. Expansion of rural water supply, development of irrigation schemes for food security, community-based water resource projects. In the early years of President Uhuru Kenyatta's administration, Ngilu was appointed Cabinet Secretary, focusing on land reforms and urban housing programs. Her tenure sought to streamline land registration and digitize records, though she exited the role amid political and legal disputes. With the rise of devolution, Ngilu shifted focus to county governance. Running under the NARC party, she won the Kitui gubernatorial seat in 2017, becoming one of 3 female governors elected in Kenya that year, alongside Waiguru and Joyce Laboso. As governor, Ngilu launched the Be Self-Sufficient Development Agenda, prioritizing revival of manufacturing and cottage industries, agricultural value chain expansion, cotton, macadamia, livestock, water infrastructure and climate resilience projects, health sector modernization, youth technical skills and industrial training. Her administration was particularly noted for the Kitui County Textile Center, Kikitech, a major garment manufacturing project that created local jobs and supplied national uniforms, including government agencies. Despite significant progress, her tenure also saw political disputes, especially with local MPs and rival power blocs. She contested re-election in 2022 but lost to Julius Malema. Throughout her career, Ngilu has been part of major political realignments, including the NARC revolution in 2002, the Grand Coalition under Kibaki, Raila power-sharing support for the ODM-led NASA coalition in 2017, alignment with Azimio la Umoja in 2022. She remains a powerful figure in the larger Ukambani political space, often aligned with other regional leaders such as Kalonzo Musyoka and Alfred Mutua at different periods. Ngilu is widely celebrated for her role as a gender champion. Her efforts include mentoring women in politics, advocating for representation in parliament and cabinet, supporting women's economic empowerment initiatives, promoting policies on social protection, health, and equality. She helped shape discussions leading to the two-thirds gender rule debate, women's representation under the 2010 Constitution, participation of women in devolved governance. Ngilu was married to the late ENG Michael Mwendwa Ngilu, who passed away in 2006. They have children and a close-knit family. Outside politics, she maintains interests in community development, business, agriculture, and public service. Charity Ngilu's legacy stands on several pillars. First woman presidential candidate and a pioneer for gender equality. Advocate for multi-party democracy and institutional reform. Leadership in health, water, land, and county governance. Transformational projects in Kitui under devolution. Few leaders have bridged Kenya's political eras, from multi-party struggle to modern devolved governance, as extensively as Ngilu. Though out of elective office, Ngilu remains an influential stateswoman, policy advisor, and political strategist. She continues to shape public discourse on democracy, gender rights, governance, and national unity. Her voice remains central in Kenya's evolving political landscape. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more.